Coming up on UT10 News, a former UT cross-country athlete is indicted for arson.
And a campus fraternity is being put on a year of probation.
Plus, Jenna Nance braved the cold and the snow to see the softball team take on Miami Redhawks. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Devan Lutz.
And I'm Courtney Shaw.
The U.S. government is investing $41 million to clean up Lake Erie.
Reporter Amanda Beard looked into where the money will be delegated. Amanda, who is getting this grant?
The USDA created a 3-year plan to help reduce phosphorus runoff from farms. The new grant will help cut down over 640,000 pounds of phosphorus runoff per year. Phosphorus and nitrogen are essential to plant life, but when there is too much of it in the water, it will speed up algae growth. Some of the algae can potentially produce toxins that are capable of causing illness or irritation, sometimes even death in animals and humans. 2015 was the worst Lake Erie algae year on record, followed by 2011 when the algal bloom extended from Toledo, past Cleveland, and along the Ontario shoreline. Biologists working to better Lake Erie say we can overcome this problem like we have in the past.
This is not a new problem. It's something that happened decades ago in Lake Erie, and that's what they called when Lake Erie died, but then it had a complete recovery about 2 decades ago. So if we can get back to that threshold.
The USDA says that by the end of the 3 years, they will have effectively covered over double the acreage in conservation treatments than before the grant. The grant is going to Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio farmers and ranchers who applied for it. I'm Amanda Beard, live from the newsroom.
Thanks, Amanda. Former UT athlete Christopher Housel has been indicted. The indictment for aggravated arson came on Wednesday following his preliminary court hearing. Housel was arrested for the January 24th burning of UT cross-country runner Janelle Noe. The aggravated arson charge is a felony of the 1st or 2nd degree in the state of Ohio.
Well, we're just trying to see that they'll realize that that is not the appropriate charge in this particular case.
If convicted of this charge, Housel could serve up to 10 years in prison and pay a fine of $20,000. The Pi Kappa Phi fraternity has been put on probation in response to an off-campus incident. On January 24th, an altercation took place between a black male and some members of the fraternity. The university investigated the situation, and the Pi Caps are being put on probation and cannot host social events until May 31st of 2017. The fraternity will not be allowed to recruit new members until January 1st of 2017. In addition, all members must go through an anti-bullying and alcohol awareness training.
The university definitely needed to do something. I think the individuals directly responsible for it should have been expelled.
A fraternity representative says they plan on appealing the sanctions. UT's second longest running tradition took place on Saturday.
Reporter Meagan Dietz was at Savage Arena where over 5,000 showed up to Songfest.
Songfest is a spring event in which the university's community gathers for a song and dance competition. The 21 campus organizations that competed raised money weeks prior to Songfest for the Daughter Project. The Daughter Project is a safe haven for women, usually ages 10 to 17, who have been victims of sex trafficking.
This is celebrating our generation, and the Daughter Project is targeting people and women from our generation because this is a problem that we're facing.
This year's theme was Throwback to Millennial Pop Culture, featuring songs from 1990 to 2010. The winners of the fraternity division were Phi Kappa Psi, the co-ed division Epsilon Alpha Pi, and the sorority division Kappa Delta.
We've worked very hard. Coming off of last year, we didn't even make the top 3, so we knew that we had to make some changes in our show this year, and it meant a lot to our guys coming back after last year and finally winning Songfest.
The efforts of these 21 organizations helped to raise over $13,000 for the Daughter Project. I'm Meagan Dietz for UT10 News.
The university and Toledo Public Schools are helping high school students get a head start on their college careers. The College Career Credit Plus program lets students in 7th through 12th grade take college courses through UT at their schools. The classes and textbooks are free, and for the first time, students can graduate from high school with an associate's degree.
So the College Credit Plus program for students in Ohio means that they can get credit for their high school diploma at the same time they get college credit that's on their transcripts.
TPS students can begin enrolling in these classes fall of 2016. The football field will be getting a $500,000 makeover. The new field turf surface will replace what was installed in 2008. The turf itself had an 8-year lifespan that ended after last season and loses its ability to absorb shock and prevent injury. The funding for the field came from the athletic department. The design of the field itself will not change drastically.
A person may not be able to tell, but those people that are familiar with the glass bulb will know it's, it will look a little brighter. There'll be a couple subtle changes in the sidelines.
The Rockets will debut the new field in the home opener versus Maine on September 10th.
For 38 years, Toledo has hosted a fight club that you can talk about.
Reporter Anastasia Barnhill was at the Tough Man competition at the Lucas County Rec Center.
The Toledo Tough Man competition has been around since 1978.
I wanted to do this since I was little. My mom did it. She was like 3-year champion. She's been wanting me to do it since I was little too.
22 brave fighters entered the ring Friday and Saturday night. The Toledo Tough Man contest is a type of amateur boxing with shorter rounds and more protective gear. The fighters compete in 3 one-minute rounds. The winner of each fight moves on to the next round in their weight class. Fighters came from all over Ohio, but most were from the Toledo area. The fighters range from lightweight to super heavyweight. Over 300 Toledoans were in attendance to see these fighters battle it out in the ring. Pre-sale tickets sold for $20. Fighters competed for a $500 cash prize, but most importantly, bragging rights.
The 38th annual Toledo Tough Man and Tough Woman competition hosted 22 fights tonight. I am Anastasia here with UT 10 News.
I'm Jenna Nance, and this is your UT 10 Sports Report. Toledo softball started the month of April with a home series against Miami, while the baseball team traveled south to take on their rivals, Bowling Green. But first, the Toledo Walleye took the ice last Friday night against the East Division leading Manchester Monarchs. The Walleye got off to a quick start, scoring 2 goals off the sticks of Shane Birschbach and Evan Rankin to give them an early 2-goal lead. The Monarchs would answer back with a slap shot by Michael Bovine to bring them within 1 at the end of the first period. Toledo would add another goal in the second period to give them a 3-1 advantage going into the third. Manchester would make use of the power play as Matt Fornataro puts one past Walleye goalkeeper Jeff Lurg to bring them within 1. After another Monarch goal, the Walleye would regain the lead as Matt Cato zips one into the net. Manchester's Joe Diamond would account for his second goal of the game in the following minutes to tie the score at 4 apiece. But Toledo's Tyson Spink would be the difference as he puts in the fancy backhander to break the tie and win the game for the Walleye. With the victory, Toledo remains atop the Eastern Conference standings. The Walleye's next game will be at home this Friday night against the division foe, Kalamazoo. From the ice to the diamond, where the Rockets softball team hosted a 3-game series at Scott Park against Miami, Ohio. After dropping Game 1, UT looked to bounce back. The Rockets were down 9-4 when they rallied for 6 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning to take a 1-run lead. After Miami tied the game in the top of the 5th inning, UT Celeste Fitz would end up hitting what was the game-winning RBI single in the bottom of the frame to tie the series at 1 game apiece. Game 3 did not go so well for the Rockets as they only scored once after a game where they tallied a season-high 13 runs. Miami would club 5 home runs and win by a final score of 12-1, taking the series from the Rockets. Despite the disappointing loss, UT head coach Kristen Butler says she saw improvement from her team.
I think we really competed. Coming off of last weekend, off of the Buffalo series, I didn't think we competed very well. This week, that was our main focus, was just really having a better mindset.
The team will try to bounce back as they will travel north to take on Eastern Michigan in a doubleheader this afternoon. And also Rocket Baseball traveled to Bowling Green, where they dropped 2 of the 3 games against the Falcons.
Thanks, Jenna. That softball game was freezing this weekend after that blizzard started. It came out of nowhere.
Sure did.
Well, that's it for UT 10 News. For the latest breaking news from campus and bios from all UT 10 reporters, go to our website, ut10news.com.
And remember, you can watch the live stream of our newscast production every Tuesday morning at 10:30 on our YouTube channel. For Courtney Shaw, Jenna Nance, and all of our crew, I'm Devan Lutz. Have a great week and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.